These days, responding to the Shirley Sherrod's matter, race again is becoming to the forefront. I think I should settle this once and for all. There is a misnomer about racism and status. They seem to be similar in my experience. A white person treats me a certain way, I can say that's racism. But if a black person treats me the same way, then I say that that's statusism. You see, if you in some white areas, if a poor white goes in there, they're gonna get the cops to run him out of there because he's poor. And as a black person, if I might be rich or poor, but generally they think that I might be poor, so it's from that aspect, get this poor person out of our area here. But I think that historically, every race had a chance at power in the world, and the one that is powerful usually has the privilege of saying that they're the super race, and every other race is judged by their standard. I recall it when blacks were in power, perhaps some people might have to tan themselves so they could look black to be accepted and so on. And when the Asians were in power, I don't know what they did, but right now the white people are in power. And if history is a true reflection of today, the Greeks, the Romans, the Germans were in charge of the world. These are white people. And then the rest of the world, Peter Hitler the other day, and are still white people running the world. Again, the world was in the doldrums, and the white folks came on with the Christian Reformation, and again they soared with industrial and inventions and the whole nine yards. And their societies look a lot different from the other races. Of course, they're from the Christian Reformation and the Renaissance and so on. They've been fortunate to be blessed with information, and they're not sharing it, but nevertheless, this is what is happening. And so, because they're powerful, they are not going to give up that power unless you could beat them. And I don't think there's any chance that any big revolution like that is going to happen. There's no people on the horizon that will overtake the whites. So this thing which we call racism is going to be until the end of the world. I think we got to get accustomed to it. On the other hand, I think that this Sherrod thing should be a teaching moment. All the races who have ruled the world have behaved in a way that we could consider as being racist, and all of them went by the wayside. They were unjust, they were doing stupid stuff, and they're gone. Now, I thought white folks would have learned from the other people and say that although we're powerful and we may demonstrate things which you call racist, but you know what? We've learned from the rest of the people, and what we can do is we can look for the best in every race, and we can give opportunity to everybody so that the best could come to the top. And so we could ensure that we have the best and we could remain strong forever, especially America. We see President Obama, he's doing a great job, and of course why he was elected, there are a whole bunch of theories on that, but nevertheless he's there. It's not going to change anything because he is just an individual. There's not that black folks have all the power and the money and all that, so he's been there to do a special job. So the whites continue to be dominant and continue to control. And so what I think here on out would be best for America. There's no way where I would ever feel that the whites going to accept me as, you know, like their own. I know that I've seen black folks who have achieved status. They went to some top Ivy League school and they got a big job or whatever, and they move into some white area. Not necessarily that they want to be white, but the type of status they have attained and the type of income they have and influence, only whites have it, and they feel more comfortable with them because if they live in a black community, they wouldn't have the camaraderie, people to, on their level to have a discussion, and then, you know, they might want to steal the stuff and violate, they commit a whole bunch of crime against them, so they move into the white area. But still, they're never accepted, really. The list of guests for the special club and all that, they have to be calling, am I on the list, could you put me on the list, you know, they're not, it's not a natural thing to include them, but they feel more comfortable there and here, no problem. So in conclusion, I think that we need to differentiate when it's a status situation as opposed to I hate you because you're different, racially, as opposed to socially, economically, and others apart from race. And then there's the the power that whites have because they have the nuke, they have the money. Their societies are, on a higher level. They call themselves advanced nations, industrialized nations, and the others are developing, agricultural or third world, whatever. So there's no way where they're going to share that power with anybody. It hasn't been done in the past, and you shouldn't expect it to happen. On the other hand, I think that the whites should recognize that, look, for our own security and our own best interest, and to keep America going on, we should try to get the best from every race, and give them opportunities so that they could bring their cultural aspect to the table, and so we could have a more dynamic thing. It's like in a couple, in a marriage, the guy by himself, the girl by herself, they have enough power, but they don't have the ultimate power and absolute power until they marry, so that they have 100%. He had 50, she had 50. When they make a decision, because they consulted, it's going to be superb, because each is going to bring their experience and expectations and the whole culture and the whole thing together. And so, so this is what I think that we need to do. We need to figure for the best of America. Let us get the best bubbling up to the top, so that we could ensure, because no one race has the whole experience. And we've seen where it happened to Egypt, Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, Rome, Germany. All these people, this racist thing, they went away. So today, we don't have to go away like that. We could work and collaborate, and I would be happy to, so I could actualize my potential, but I don't necessarily want to be white. I may not want to live amongst whites, but at least give us an opportunity so we could develop ourselves and bring our experiences and skills to the table, so we could have a more dynamic and a more powerful nation that will endure longer.